When we went overseas, that was the first time he
ever been.
Yeah. Overseas, and that discipline that he saw at that point, because I make it so there's certain rules that they gotta abide by around me, right? Like you smoke weed, fine, you smoke weed, but in your area, not around me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and you do that, that's your habits. I understand it because I grew up around it, but it's not. I'm not gonna be subjected to it because you do it. You feel what I'm saying?
You don't have to, and you're right. Okay. Yeah.
So my area turns into the detox area. And they come when they want to talk about the things that they actually need to talk about, and then they go have fun away from it.
Now this is my problem, and it's not a problem, this is why I don't understand, and maybe you have your own method to the madness, but like, I'll give you a perfect example. I heard another interview that you did about the game situation.
Right.
So when the game situation was going, you kept the fuel to the fire and you kept it going, but the thing about it is, it wasn't until after, when you sit up there and you were doing the interview, and you was like, well, first of all, I didn't know game.
Right.
So I vouched for somebody off the strength of somebody else.
And that's what happened.
So now, and then you're like, and then of course behind the music then says, you know, the 3 songs that everybody knew, you gave them to him. You could have kept them, but you gave them to him, and then he went out there and started wilding. And when you see it now, you're like,
that is crazy.
Well, damn. But then my thing was, why didn't you say that up front?
You know, what happened is the situation got so crazy so fast. Remember, we having a conversation, and I'm going like, he goes overseas. Record just came out. This is his first trip to London. He thinks his life is changing.
Right.
He sold 500,000 copies the first week. When he lands there, he gets there, his first real show, nobody really prepped him what to do, what not to do. He thought because he ran into Memphis Bleek that he had a beef with Memphis Bleek. They didn't know him. They didn't know him. So he said Jay-Z could suck his dick, Benny Siegel could suck his dick, Memphis Bleek could suck his dick. They came back and said, yo, didn't know that it would get back. Because the tape was being played back in New York, and he was nervous.
And you were putting, and I heard specifically what you said. You said, I'm putting out the fire.
Yeah.
And then he comes back and says, well, I ain't got no issues with nobody.
His response, look, he was afraid. So his response to them saying that he had beef with them was like, nah, I ain't got beef with nobody. Ask me about Piggy Bank.
Right.
I ain't got beef with none of them.
Right. And the detail had you looking crazy.
Right. So I'm like, yo, and I just been calling all of them to tell them to leave you alone. He just knew, he didn't understand.
Right. That was a statement because you said, thanks, Jay, for not stopping the money.
Right.
Here we go.
I remember that.
I said that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't even know how to give this gentleman a title, but it's 50 Cent. But I'm going to say, like, I don't like King, because there has to be something bigger than a king right about now. Because 50 Cent, if you haven't realized, has outdone everybody in the hip-hop industry. I don't care, and trust me, I'm a fan just like you are. All right? I'm a fan. But with the clothing line that Jay-Z does and Puffy, you did that.
They did it, yeah.
Selling albums, did that,
yeah.
Obviously. From owning companies and businesses, you overdid it.
Right.
Vitamin water.
Yeah, that's some different things.
But now, like, and Puff is a good entertainer, but he's trying to do movies, and man, I gotta tell you, your movie career, like, and the thing about it, you can see, like, it's something about, like, your parents. Some parents might know this. Some people might know these values. You can look in a person's eyes and tell when they mean business, and I could tell. Get Rich and Die Trying, I had to rank that over 8 Mile.
Wow.
I had to, just because you did everything. Like, I know the business. Like, explain what it was like doing that film.
For me, I spent some time with Terry Winters. He was actually writer for Get Rich or Die Trying.
Mm-hmm.
And we was compiling information and talking about our past for him to actually create an accurate story. Now, you know, when you're putting 30 years of your life into an hour and a half, you got to pick and choose moments.
Right.
And those changes, I think he did a great job, you know, because at the end of the day, when I watch the film, it is good representation for a person who's not actually a book reader.
Right.
That wouldn't enjoy those From Pieces to Wade or other things that I've
Wait a minute, let me stop that because I apologize. Also wrote 2 books.
Yeah. Well, I started my own publishing company.
Right.
Yeah. So what I did was with Simon & Schuster and MTV Pocketbooks, we created G-Unit Books, and I ended up putting out a book set with Nikki Turner, Kay Elliott, a few other, i.e. Donald Goines, like
right. 48 Hours, right.
Yeah. And then I put out From Pieces to Wade and 50 by 50.
I got an autographed copy of that too. Shouts out to Interscope for that, cause
yeah. And recently I put out the 50th Law, and I collaborated with Robert Greene on that project.
Right.
And it was exciting for me. Like Robert previously wrote 33 Strategies of War, The Art of Seduction, and 48 Laws of Power.
Right.
So I just wanted to meet him at first, and then when I met him, we shared similar views on business and at what points you would just make a decision or you sit there and procrastinate a little bit. And he kind of like analyzed me a little bit, and I talked to him, and he spent a lot of time around me in order for us to create the actual book, The 50th Law.
And I forgot also upon the other great things that you've accomplished. Like a lot of people don't realize, like you are still you never has the artist soul. When Get Rich or Die Trying came out,
yeah.
Not only did the album sell multiple copies, but your DVD sold multiple copies.
Yeah, the DVD did 700,000 copies of New Breed.
Right.
12 million worldwide. Get Rich or Die Trying's the largest debut in hip hop album to date.
Yeah.
Prior to that, Snoop's album was the biggest one.
Was the biggest one. That one, yeah. And I don't know, Outkast. The Outkast went diamond, and that was the next closest one. That was a double
first
CD.
album. That was like in the album.
Nelly.
Yeah, Nelly did like 7 or 8, I think.
Yeah.
First time, but he's consistent. Nelly's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then again, Jay-Z and Puffy, and I don't want to compare you to nobody, but they don't have video games.
Yeah, I put out 2 video games. I did Blood in the Sand first, and then I came back with I did Bulletproof.
Bulletproof
then
first.
Blood in the Sand.
Yep.
See, what happened was I was being approached by other existing video game companies like Rockstar, Grand Theft Auto, and they were all trying to get music because what happens is
you get it cleared.
Yeah. The gamers play music. They play video games so often for so many hours that they usually turn the television down and play music from a different source. And at that point, they were playing a lot of 50 Cent. So they felt like they would raise the intensity of the experience of the video game by adding the music to
I like the way you said that. That was, by the way, a quick way to get money off of somebody else's work. But that was good. I like that.
They could make a small purchase to make theirs cooler. And then I started to look at, the possibilities of creating my own, and it worked out.
It worked out.
Yeah.
All right. This is one of my, we were talking about Get Rich or Die Trying. If you're just now tuning in, 50 Cent is in the building, one of the greatest entrepreneurs in the hip-hop community. I just made that up off the top of my head.
That was good.
That was good. Yeah. One of my most inspiring, like, I'm not a big dude, but I was calling myself trying to lift weights when this record came out because everybody had to change the game.
Yeah.
So this was my theme song right here. I love this song right here. If you want to holler at 50, we'll take your calls in a minute, but right now here's Many Men from Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
You want to knock out the drops while that's playing, bro?
If you want to. It's going to be like, this is a short version. It's only going to be 3 minutes.